everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. This is Rebecca Lachona. I am the Associate Director of Communications for the ICF Sacramento chapter. And today I will be interviewing Tracy Kreiss in our member spotlight portion. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Hi, Rebecca. I'm great. How are you doing?
Lovely. Thank you for letting me interview you for our member spotlight.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Well, starting off with our first prompt here, if you could please fill in the blank for me. For me, coaching is.
For me, coaching is about who I am as a person now. So it means holding space for the other, anyone I'm with, whether it be a client or someone in my life, and seeing them at their kind of best selves, holding space for them to step into that through offering an open ear, a non-judgmental ear, encouragement, empathy, compassion. And when I do that, I actually feel myself kind of elevating in consciousness. And that's the reason that I like to coach, is because it allows me to be my best self.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I have a next question for you. What is your coaching superpower? If you had to pick one.
Well, it's probably not much different from a lot of other coaches. I have decades of experience working in corporate education, professional development, so forth. So I've had to work with a lot of different types of people. And so or maybe it's just my personality, but I have a very mutable type personality, so that if I'm working with someone who's a very direct driver who really doesn't want any of the touchy-feely, emotions or words used, then I can work that way with an individual. But on the other end of the spectrum, if I feel or sense that someone really needs compassion, a lot of encouragement, a lot of reminders of what their superpowers are to help bring that forth with them, then I can do that too. So I guess my superpower would just be being mutable or versatile, depending on the needs and personality of my client.
Very nice. It's a good trait to have as a coach. I'm also curious, as a busy professional, how do you practice self-care?
Well, I think it's really important to have a morning routine. That's what I've learned at this stage of my life in order to feel that I have some semblance of control over how I want to be during the day. So I start every morning with meditation, about 20 minutes, and then I do about 20 minutes of yoga. And I have listed out like my desires and intentions for how I want to be, how I want to live my life. And I just reread those every morning, and I jot down a couple of things that I'm grateful for every day, just to put my head in the right mindset for moving forward, and having that kind of strength that I need to carry throughout the day for my clients and for whoever I'm with, so that I can be a strong partner for whoever I'm communicating with or being with that day. And then it just keeps my head grounded and in the right place. And then, of course, I try and take a walk somewhere in the midday to take a break and clear the air between my ears.
So necessary at times, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, just two more questions for you. One is, what is your greatest hope for the future?
I have this great hope that we as a human species are going to figure things out. And being a coach is what allows me to participate in helping this great transition that I think humanity needs to have, and that we're on the precipice of needing right now. Being a coach helps me help leaders become more conscious leaders. I want everybody that I work with to be a conscious leader in their own lives for themselves, meaning how they manage themselves, how they take care of their body, how they take care of the people around them in their lives, the choices that they're making in their lives. And in terms of executives and leaders and people in organizations, making conscious choices about all the systems that they're a part of and that they have that they're participating in and that they have kind of influence over. And that could be a CEO and how he treats his employees and workforce and the culture that is created. But that could also be how their supply chain is negotiated and how they are sourcing their materials in a sustainable way and how they are disposing of waste materials. I mean, all of those things, a sustainable world, a society where people are caring for each other, compassionate, understanding, listening first to understand, before being understood. Those types of conscious actions are what I want to help change the world. Those are the things that I think will change the world when people start thinking that way. And I think all coaches are doing that. I think all coaches are helping people elevate to that level of consciousness that is gonna save humanity and the planet.
Wow, that is really profound. Thank you for sharing, Tracy. I hope you're right. Oh man. Well, the last question I have for you is, what is one potentially surprising thing that brings you pure joy?
This is surprising, I think. Never once has this not brought me joy. And that is just seeing the sun sparkling on water. That I love bodies of water. I'm a water person. I love lakes, rivers, ocean, pools. But whenever I see the water sparkling from sunshine, it just brings me immediate joy. It doesn't matter what kind of mood I'm in. Something as simple as that always does it for me.
Well, you've just given me an idea for my walk by the water today. Thank you so much, Tracy, for taking the time to share a little bit about yourself with me and our ICF community.
You're welcome. It's been such a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Of course.